Small changes compound into real savings. Today we explore simple budget tricks you can start using right away to keep more of your money. Our minds resist losses more than they chase gains, a tendency called loss aversion. Understanding this helps us design routines that protect our income. When we pair psychology with practical steps, we build habits that endure rather than fade away after a single month. Think of today as a guided tour through small decisions that add up to meaningful results over time. We will cover the core tricks that many people overlook yet few budgets truly leverage. The aim is clarity, not deprivation, and the goal is consistency that fits your life. If you try one new trick at a time, you will notice a difference within weeks. Let us begin with a foundational principle that changes how money moves through your day-to-day life. Pay yourself first every month and let savings occur before expenses take shape. This approach reframes your priorities and makes savings automatic rather than optional. When you set aside money before you pay for bills, you reduce the chance of impulse spending. It also creates a mental budget anchor that guides your other choices. If your income is irregular, you can adjust the percentage or the base amount you transfer on the same cadence every pay period. The key is consistency and a steady rhythm that your brain learns to expect. The next step is to implement a simple envelope-style system, although you can adapt the concept digitally if you prefer. The envelope method works by allocating money into distinct categories and limiting how much you can spend in each area. For many people, groceries, gas, and small discretionary purchases become clear budget categories. When you physically separate cash, it becomes harder to dip into other funds without noticing the impact. If you cannot use cash easily, you can replicate the effect with separate cards or a budgeting app that bans transfers between envelopes once a limit is reached. Treating each category as its own wallet helps you see exactly where your money goes. You can start with a small set of envelopes or digital equivalents and expand only when you feel confident. The psychology behind this trick is friction. It introduces a moment of hesitation before spending in a category that already has a defined limit. Friction reduces the momentum of impulsive purchases and gives your rational mind space to decide. The next technique builds on this by adding automatic savings that feel almost invisible at first. Automatic transfers help you move money from checking to savings immediately after payday. When you automate a portion of your income, you reduce the addiction of visible balances that beg you to spend. A practical approach is to set automatic transfers to a savings or investment account on the same day you receive income. You can pair this with a rounding strategy that nudges small extra savings into a pot you rarely touch. Rounding up every purchase to the nearest dollar and depositing the difference into savings creates a gentle compounding effect over time. The idea is to make saving a default behavior rather than a decision you must make under pressure. If you spend $8.47, you might round up to $9 and deposit the 53-cent difference. Over the course of a year, that small amount can become a meaningful addition to your emergency fund or a sinking fund for a goal you care about. The rounding approach works especially well when you pair it with a weekly review. A short weekly check-in helps you adjust rounding amounts or pauses. If you notice a week with higher expenses, you can tweak the rounding rate or temporarily pause contributions to non-essential categories without feeling like you are losing control. The envelope method and rounding strategies complement each other because they create visible constraints and predictable outcomes. When you see a pile of funds growing in savings, you reinforce the behavior that earned it. The next step is to audit recurring charges that quietly steal money month after month. Subscriptions are easy to forget until they accumulate into a surprising expense. Start by listing every service you pay for and categorize them by necessity and usage. If a subscription is essential, examine whether you can reduce the price by changing plans or negotiating with the provider. If a service is optional, consider canceling or pausing until you confirm you truly need it. The psychology here is opportunity cost. By making a conscious decision about each recurring charge, you acknowledge what you might do with that money otherwise. A quick rule is to review every subscription every quarter and ask 3 questions about value, usage, and alternatives. You may discover you are paying for a streaming service you rarely watch or a gym membership you rarely attend. Small changes in this area can free up a surprising amount of cash without reducing your quality of life. Meal planning is another powerful tool for saving money and reducing waste. When you plan meals for the week, you buy only what you need and you avoid impulse purchases driven by hunger or mood. Start with a simple blueprint, identify a few core meals you enjoy, write a grocery list that covers those meals, and then add a couple of flexible ingredients that can stretch across multiple dishes. A thoughtful grocery list keeps you focused and lowers the chance you buy extra snacks and treats. Meal planning also supports better portion control and reduces the likelihood of leftovers spoiling in the back of the fridge. You can set an explicit waste budget for the week and track how much value you get from every item. This helps you notice patterns where certain foods consistently go unused and enables you to adjust your orders accordingly. In addition to planning meals, you can optimize energy use at home, which is a subtle but powerful way to stretch your dollars further. Small changes in energy habits lower utility bills and have a lasting effect on your monthly cash flow. Start with a programmable thermostat and set it to lower temperatures during work hours or when you are not home. If you have older incandescent bulbs, swap them for LED bulbs which use less energy and last longer. Unplug rarely used devices and use smart power strips to cut phantom loads. Even adjusting your laundry habits, like washing in cold water and air drying when possible, adds up over time. The goal is to design friction out of wasteful behaviors. For example, keep a reusable bag or container in your car to avoid impulse purchases of single-use items. When you add small friction points, you reduce the likelihood of spontaneous buys that undermine your budget. Another practical trick is to focus on buying less and using more. Before you shop, ask yourself what you already own that could meet the need. This simple pause makes room for creativity and reduces waste. When you learn to value durability and multi-use items, you gain a longer-lasting return from every purchase. For instance, a single high-quality water bottle can replace several disposable bottles if you carry it with you every day. The goal is to prioritize needs over wants and to treat purchases as investments in your daily life rather than as temporary mood reactions. Implementing a 24-hour cooling-off rule can dramatically reduce regret after purchases. When you see something you want, wait a full day before buying to see if the desire persists. If it does, you can revisit the purchase with a calmer perspective. If it fades, you have saved money and avoided a later sense of regret. This rule works especially well for non-essential items like gadgets, fashion, or small comforts. Another powerful practice is to set aside time for a weekly spending review. In a short window, you can assess how well you stuck to your plan, which categories overperformed or underperformed, and where you can adjust next week. The weekly review supports accountability and fosters a sense of momentum rather than guilt. It also creates a feedback loop that helps you refine your goals and stay motivated. Micro-commitments are another psychological tool that helps maintain discipline. You commit to small actions that are easy to keep, so your confidence grows and you feel in control. A micro-commitment could be something like choosing a single meal to cook at home this week or setting a limit on discretionary spending to a fixed amount. When these micro-commitments accumulate, they become the foundation of a healthier money mindset. In closing, you can integrate all of these tricks by choosing a few to implement gradually. Start with pay yourself first and a monthly subscription audit, then add meal planning and a small energy savings routine. Track your results and adjust as needed. The sense of progress is contagious and reinforces the belief that small, consistent steps matter. Remember that your financial plan should fit your life and align with your values. These tricks are tools to help you spend more intentionally and save more over time. If you apply them with patience and curiosity, you will build a sustainable habit loop that supports long-term well-being. This is not financial advice but a practical framework your future self will thank you for. To begin, pick one trick to test this week, set a clear goal, and schedule a brief review every Sunday. Your future self will appreciate the calm you bring to your money decisions and the clarity you gain from watching small wins accumulate into real financial resilience.